Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the first session of the new chapter, Ray Optics. In your syllabus, from this chapter, there will be 10 marks will be provided. Sometimes it may be 9 marks also. So this chapter is very important from your examination point of view because there is a definite 5 mark question from this chapter. It may be either a derivation or a problem. Let us understand some of the basic things about this chapter before going into the chapter. From the chapter 8, we know that light is a part of an electromagnetic spectrum, correct? Light is a part of an electromagnetic spectrum which lies in the wavelength range of 400 nanometer to 670 nanometer, correct? So light is a part of an electromagnetic spectrum. Light is an electromagnetic wave. So we have concluded in the previous chapter. So we have a branch of physics which deals with the behavior, properties and phenomena which are associated with visible light. That branch is called as an optics. Okay. So optics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of behavior, properties and phenomena associated with visible light. Okay. Let us write the definition for optics now. Well, optics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of behavior, properties and phenomena associated with light. And there are two branches of optics. So in optics we can classify two branches. The first one is called ray optics. The first one is a ray optics. And we have the second one as a wave optics. So these are the two branches of optics, ray optics and wave optics. In ray optics, we consider light is having a ray nature. What do you mean by a ray nature? See, if a light is propagating from one point to another, we know that light is an electromagnetic wave, but we consider the wavelength of the light is so smaller, it is very short, such that it almost travels in a straight line path. Therefore, when a light is propagating from one point to another, in ray optics, we consider it travels in a straight line path. So a straight line path followed by a light is called as ray of light. This is called a ray of light. And this ray optics is also called as a geometrical optics. Okay. So in ray optics, we are considering light is traveling in a straight line path. Okay. In wave optics, we consider light is having a wave nature. So this is your next chapter. Okay. In chapter number 10, you are going to study about the light by considering it as a wave. So you will study that in detail. But in this chapter, in chapter number 9, we should consider light is having a ray nature, that is, light propagates in a straight line path. Well, so we had seen the ray nature of light. Light propagates in a straight line path, and this straight line path followed by a light is called as a ray of light. Let us write that. What is a ray of light? A ray of light is the straight line path followed by a light is called ray of light. So a ray of light is the straight line path followed by a light. So when it is propagating, light is propagating from one point to another point, it travels in a straight line path, and this path is called as a ray of light. If you have a collection of such rays, then this is called as a beam of light. So we have number of rays. Okay. So these number of rays will form a beam of light. What is beam of light? A collection of rays of light is nothing but a beam of light. We can write three types of beam. The first one is a parallel beam of light. Parallel beam of light. What do you mean by a parallel beam of light? See, when the rays are parallel to each other, the rays of light are parallel to each other, then this beam is called as a parallel beam of light or paraxial rays. Okay, so the rays which are parallel to each other, which are nothing but a parallel beam of light. And secondly, we have converging beam. Okay, converging beam of light. What is converging beam of light? When the light rays are meeting at a common point, then the rays are called converging beam of light. See? So, the three rays which are meeting at this common point, the three rays which are coming from three different directions are meeting at this common point, and these rays are nothing but a converging beam of light. Then we have a diverging beam of light. Diverging beam of light. So how do you write this diverging beam of light? See, when a source is emitting the rays in all the directions. Okay, so this is a light source, and this light source is emitting the rays in three different directions. This is nothing but a diverging beam of light. Okay, we have three types of beam. A parallel beam of light. A parallel beam of light can be observed in a laser light. Okay, there the rays are parallel to each other. And this is a converging beam. When the light rays, parallel rays are incident on a convex lens, then what happens is the rays are going to meet at a common point. So that is nothing but a converging beam. And where do we have this diverging beam? A vehicle headlights, correct? So which is emitting the light in all the direction, which will be spread out. So this is nothing but a diverging beam. So we have three types of beam here: parallel beam, converging beam, and a diverging beam of light. Then we'll move on to the next topic. Let's understand what is optical medium. Okay, so we have to understand what is optical medium. An optical medium is a one where light travels. Okay, a medium where the light travels is called as a optical medium. For example, light can travel in air. Therefore, air is an optical medium. Light can travel in water. Therefore, water is an optical medium. Light can travel in a glass. So, glass is an optical medium. Light can travel in an alcohol. Therefore, alcohol is an optical medium. Therefore, a medium where the light travels is called as an optical medium. And you should know one more important thing, that light can also travel in a vacuum. Okay, light can even travel in a vacuum. Let's understand some of the terms in this optical medium. The first one is a homogeneous medium. What do you mean by homogeneous medium? Homogeneous medium. So as the name indicates, homogeneous medium is a optical medium where the properties of light is same at all the points. Like light travels with the same speed at all the points, correct? So a medium where the properties of light are same at all the points, which is called as a homogeneous medium. And we have heterogeneous medium. Heterogeneous medium means a medium where the properties of light are not same. For example, crystals. A calcite crystal, a quartz crystal is an example for heterogeneous medium. Then we have isotropic medium. Isotropic medium. So what do you mean by isotropic medium? Light is having a same speed in all the directions, then the medium is said to be a isotropic medium. For example, glass slab, air, vacuum, they are all isotropic. And we have another type of medium which is anisotropic. Anisotropic medium. So anisotropic medium is a medium where the speed of light is different in different directions. So again you can consider quartz crystal, calcite crystals. Likewise, So in those medium, the speed of light will not be same in all the directions. That is why the medium is called as an anisotropic medium. Next we have transparent medium. So this is very important for you. What do you mean by a transparent medium? Okay, imagine that a light is traveling in air. Okay, light is traveling in air. The light is now encountering a medium here. So if we said this medium is a transparent medium, then this light have to pass through it. Okay, so when the light is transmitting in this medium, then this medium is called as a transparent medium. For example, water is a transparent medium, glass is a transparent medium, air is a transparent medium. Okay, so a medium where light can transmit is called as a transparent medium. Okay, then we have opaque medium. Opaque medium is a medium where light cannot transmit. For example, wall, okay, concrete wall. So in a concrete wall, light cannot enter. In wood, correct? So light cannot enter into the wood. Rubber, likewise, light is not entering into it. Either it may reflect or it may absorb. So such a type of medium is called as a opaque medium. So these are the different types of optical media. Now we should understand two terms which are frequently used in this chapter, and also it is very important to learn about these two. Okay, what are those? Denser medium and rarer medium. See, denser medium and rarer medium. So these two terms are relative terms. Okay, so we are going to consider two media and we should compare those two mediums in order to say which is a denser medium and which is a rarer medium. Okay, see, in general, when light is traveling from one medium to another medium, say for example, light is traveling from air to glass. Okay, imagine that light is traveling from air to glass. Light travels faster in air and relatively slower in glass. Okay, so when light is entering into a glass from air, what happens is the speed of light will decrease. So if you compare these two medium, air medium and a glass medium is considered as optically denser and air medium is considered as optically rarer. The reason is this: when the speed of light is more compared to other medium, then that medium becomes a rarer medium, and if the speed of light is lesser, then that medium becomes a denser medium. See, we always compare the two media in order to say which is the rarer and denser. Here we had compared air and glass. Now we will be comparing these two. Imagine we have a water in a container and there is a glass slab at the bottom. Light is traveling from air to water. Okay, so here what happens is light is having a more speed in air and lesser speed in water. Therefore, air is a rarer medium, water is a denser medium. Correct? Then, now light is traveling from water to glass. Okay, imagine the light is entering into a water and here light is traveling from water to glass. Light is traveling from water to glass. Okay, so in this case, if you compare water and glass, the light speed is more in water relative to glass. Therefore, in this case, water becomes a rarer medium and glass becomes a denser medium. So you should understand always when a light is traveling from one medium to another medium, so we have to say which is the rarer and which is the denser. So when a light is having a more speed compared to other media, then that medium becomes a rarer medium, and if the light speed is relatively lesser, then that medium becomes a denser medium. Okay, so it depends on the speed of light. Well, now we are entering into an actual topic of this chapter. The first topic is refraction. So refraction of light. Now, what is refraction of light? So we know that when a light is traveling from one medium to another medium, the speed of light is going to change, correct? If you consider a transparent medium, so let us consider a transparent medium where light can enter. For example, it is a glass. Okay. Imagine a light is incident at the interface of two media. So this line is known as a interface, means which is separating the two media. Okay. This is air and this is glass. Now, at this point, what happens is light is entering into the second medium. Imagine this is a first medium and this is to be a second medium. Imagine this light is entering into this medium. What happens is light slightly changes its path. Okay, slightly changes its path. If you draw a normal, so what do you mean by a normal? Normal is very important for you. So this is called as a normal. What is normal? A normal is a perpendicular drawn at the point of incidence and which is always perpendicular to the interface. So this is a point of incidence and this is the interface of two media. So a perpendicular drawn to this interface at the point of incidence is called as a normal. Okay, this is a normal. So when a light is traveling from one medium to the another medium, what happens is the light slightly changes its path. Okay. So I already told you that light is traveling from one medium to another medium, it decreases its speed, correct? And when the light is incident like this, obliquely, this is known as a oblique incidence. So when a ray of light is incident obliquely at the interface of two media, what happens is this light slightly changes its path. It has to go like this. Okay, it has to go like this. But because of the presence of this medium, what happens is light slightly changes its path. So this change in path, okay, this change in path of light when it is traveling from one optical medium to the other is called as refraction of light. Okay, imagine a light is incident obliquely at the interface of two media. At the point of incidence, this ray of light slightly changes its path. Okay, so this phenomenon is called as refraction of light. So let us write what is the definition for refraction now. So what is refraction of light? A phenomenon of change in the path of obliquely incident light when it travels from one optical medium to the another. So this is called as a refraction of light. See, this is a light which is incident from the first medium to the second medium. So when the light is entering from first medium to second medium, at the point of incidence, it slightly changes its path, and this change in path of light is what we call as a refraction of light. Well, so from this diagram, you can understand the refraction. See, AB is a incident light. This AB is known as a incident light. Let us write that. This is incident light. And BC is a refracted light. See, it has changed its direction. So if the medium is absent, then the light may travel in this path. But because of the presence of the medium, the light is slightly changed its path. And this BC is known as a refracted light, which is called as a refracted light. Let us write that. BC is a refracted light. This Mn is called normal. Mn is a normal. So normal is a perpendicular drawn at the point of incidence to this interface. Okay. So these are the incident light, refracted light, and this normal. If you write the angle between the normal to the incident light, okay, we are writing the angle between the normal to the incident light, and this I is called angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. So the angle made by the incident light with the normal is called angle of incidence. Then we have R here. R is a angle made by the refracted light with the normal. Okay, angle made by the refracted light with the normal, and this is called as angle of refraction. This is angle of refraction. So the terminologies here, this is AB, which is a obliquely incident light. Then this is BC, which is transmitted through this medium, and this light is called as a refracted light because it has slightly changed its path. That is why this light is called as a refracted light. Then MN. MN is a normal drawn at the point of incidence, and the angle made by this incident light with the normal is called angle of incidence, and the angle made by the refracted light with the normal is called as angle of refraction. So up to now, what are the things we had studied? So first of all, what is optics? Optics is a branch of physics which deals with the study of behavior, properties and phenomena associated with light. And we have two branches of optics. One is a ray optics and another one is a wave optics. In ray optics, we consider light is having a wave nature. So light propagates in a medium in a straight line path. So that straight line path followed by a light is called as a ray of light. Okay. Then what is beam of light? A collection of rays of light is called as a beam of light. We have three types of beam. A parallel beam of light where the light rays are parallel to each other, which is called as a parallel beam. And then we have converging beam. Converging beam is a beam where the light rays are meeting at a common point. And then we have a diverging beam. So where a source is emitting the light in all the directions. Then we understand about the optical medium. So what are the different types of optical medium we have? Optical medium is basically a medium where light is traveling. Okay, air is an optical medium, vacuum is also an optical medium, then glass is a medium, water is a medium, and then we have different types of medium like homogeneous medium where the properties of light are same at all the points, then heterogeneous medium where the properties of light are different at the points, and then we have transparent medium where light can enter into that medium. For example, glass, water, air, they are all transparent in nature. Then we have opaque medium where light cannot enter. Then we studied about the two relative terms which are rarer medium and denser medium. So how do we take a rarer medium and denser medium? When the light speed is more in a medium compared to another, then that medium becomes a rarer medium. If the light speed is lesser in a medium compared to the other, then that medium becomes a denser medium. So that is how we can differentiate rarer and denser medium by comparing the two media. Then we understand what is a refraction of light. A refraction of light is a change in the path of light when it is traveling from one optical medium to another. So this is what we called as a refraction of light. And we understand the terminologies like what is incident light, what is refracted light, what is a normal, and what is angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So these are the concepts we have learnt in this class. So in our next class, we study about the laws of refraction. That's all for this session. Thank you.